Hey there, nonprofiteers, and welcome. In a perfect world, we'd have lunch with every single one of our donors to really get to know them. But let's be real, who has that kind of time? Well, that's where donor analytics comes in to save the day. So check this out. Tim Lockey from the Human Stack dropped this stat, and it is pretty mind-blowing. 90% of us are collecting tons of data, but only a tiny fraction, just 5%, are actually using it to make decisions. We're basically sitting on a gold mine of information. So today, let's figure out how to start digging. So how do we solve this? How do you go from just hoarding numbers to actually turning them into knowledge that can make a bigger impact? Well, it all starts with understanding what donor analytics even is. Honestly, you can just think of donor analytics as getting to know all your donors at scale. It's all about figuring out what makes them tick, what they care about, so you can build way stronger relationships, raise more money, and, totally supercharge your mission.
Okay, I know the word analytics can sound a little intimidating, maybe a little overwhelming, but it really doesn't have to be. We can break it all down into 4 simple types, or flavors, as I like to call them, that build on each other and take you from asking what happened to knowing what's next.
Let's break this down real quick. First, you've got descriptive analytics. That just tells you what happened, like how much you raised last month. Simple. Next, diagnostic tells you why it happened. Maybe that one email campaign just totally crushed it. Then, things get cool with predictive analytics, which uses that data to forecast what could happen next. And finally, prescriptive analytics tells you what you should do about it. See? It's a clear path from data to decision. All right, knowing the types is awesome, but what numbers should you actually be looking at? Let's get into the nitty-gritty and talk about the specific metrics that are going to make a real difference for your organization. These right here, these metrics tell a story. Giving history, that shows you who your champions are. Donor retention tells you if your relationships are strong or need some TLC. Lifetime value helps you see the long-term picture. Online engagement shows you who's actually listening. And fundraising participation, that reveals who's truly all in on your mission. Put them together, and you've got a full picture of your community. Okay, at this point, you might be thinking, this is great, but I'm trying to change the world here, not become a data analyst. How on earth am I supposed to track all this? And that is the perfect question. The good news, the answer is way simpler than you think. Listen, you do not need a PhD in statistics to do this. You just need the right tools for the job. Modern fundraising tech is designed to do all the heavy lifting for you, turning those confusing numbers into clear insights you can actually use. And naturally, this is something we're really passionate about here at Fundraise. It's why we built our own set of tools to solve this exact problem. We call it fundraising intelligence, and it's all about making data your new best friend. So instead of getting totally lost in a massive spreadsheet, you get clean visual dashboards just like this. You can see in a second which campaigns are knocking it out of the park. It's all about getting you clarity, not confusion. And this is where it gets really cool. Our tools use AI to not just show you the charts, but to actually explain what the data means in plain English. It can even help you see into the future by forecasting trends in donor behavior. I mean, how useful is that? We also give you essential reports right out of the box. You want to see a list of every donor who gave last year but hasn't yet this year? Boom, that's your LYBUNT report, ready in one click. It's all about giving you these super actionable lists to work from right away. So this has been a whirlwind tour of donor analytics. We've really just scratched the surface here. We didn't even have time to get into all 10 of the key metrics you should be tracking, or some of the other must-have tools. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start making some seriously smart, data-driven decisions, we put everything you need into our ultimate guide over on the Fundraise blog. Go ahead and click that link in the description to dive in. Thanks for hanging out, and happy fundraising.